Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Driveway Garage. Today I'm going to show you an electric chainsaw that I bought. I had a big tree to cut down and I wanted to do it as cheap as possible. And so far it's worked pretty good. I'll show you the chainsaw and show you some of the wood I cut and give you an idea what you can do with a 16-inch electric chainsaw. I bought this off of Amazon. It was about $60, $70, something like that. So it didn't set me back too much. And I'll show you the chainsaw now and then show you some of the wood I cut up, give you an idea what you can do with it. Let me flip this around. So this is the chainsaw. It's a Wen, and it's a model 4017, 120 volts, 60 hertz, 12 amps, 16-inch. Now it says 16-inch. Sorry, let me grab my tape measure. It says 16-inch, but it's not going to cut 16 inches. As you can see, we're cutting about 15. The 16 is more back in here by where the locking mechanism is. Now on this chainsaw, you don't need any tools to tighten the chain. You just loosen this knob and then you pull up on this. It's just a knob and it turns a threaded bolt inside of here, and it's got a washer on it and it moves the chain in and out. So watch the chain there. Hopefully it'll loosen up. Kind of there. So now it's loose. If I crank up on it, maybe it'll tighten if it's not stuck in there. There. So what I usually do is I just pull it up till it's tight on the bottom, and then you turn this back and that locks it in. But I'm having trouble with it staying tight. It's like I make a cut and then I have to tighten it. So either this knob isn't tightening it enough, or I'll have to take it apart and look at it again. See if there's some kind of another adjustment I can make. But anyway, it's electric. It's got the little guard on the plug here. I have a 100-foot extension cord, which is laying there and runs around back. And I've only cut through the extension cord one time, which for me is good. I got it, had the cord in the wrong place. I didn't see it when I made a cut on the branch and got the cord caught up in it. So I spliced it back together. This is where your chainsaw oil goes. You can also use, I think it's 10W40. And I had a container of chainsaw oil from something. Probably bought it at a yard sale, knowing me. But anyway, I've been using that, but it's about gone. So I'll use some of my leftover quarts of 10W40. Now this is part of the wood that I cut up. And what I did was most of it got hauled to a recycling place. They let you take a 5x8 trailer full for $10, $15, $20, depending on how full it is. But this is the stuff I saved that's potential for firewood. Now this is a poplar tree. Poplar. Not popular. I guess poplar trees are not very popular. I've been trying to sell firewood, and I thought maybe somebody would want to help me get some good firewood out of the, not firewood, but logs, and then turn them into lumber or tabletops or something. As you can see, I've got some big slabs. This thing measures over 2 foot across, so you could make some tabletops or some kind of lumber. I'm just having trouble finding anybody that wants to do it. I guess because it's not a hardwood. But that's what's left of the tree. And I've cut everything on that tree down with this electric chainsaw. And that's some more of the firewood that I've been stacking up. And I started splitting some of it, but I realized that's too much work. So it takes about 5 hits with the maul to get one of those to split. So I think I'm just going to cut everything into 16-inch long pieces like this, and then maybe I'll rent a log splitter or a wood splitter, because I have a lot of wood over there that's going to need split, and I sure don't want to do it by hand. I'll walk you over here, show you a few of the other logs. That 16-inch electric saw just works wonders. Now some of these, I cut one of these off, I think it was this one, and it was 120 feet long. It went way out in there. This used to be a flat field. It was an orchard. They're getting ready to build houses, and when they were doing the prep work, they brought a bunch of dirt right in here and piled it. I'm assuming it's temporary. When they get further along, they'll come and get it back out of here and make it level, because this is supposed to be the backyard of a house. So my trees broke a little bit because I didn't have a flat surface to land on. But I knocked one big tree. If you look at this, sorry, I'll digress. It's supposedly one tree, but it's more like 8 or 10 trees that have grown together. You can see there's 2 big ones there. There's one here, there's one there, there's more on the other side. It's like they started off small. You can kind of see them here, the grooves, and they just kind of grew together. So basically I was cutting down about 8 or 10 big trees. That's, there's my shoe compared to the tree, so you can see. That's a size 10 shoe, so good 20 inches across there. And then some of these others that I cut up in manageable pieces, and we rolled them down the hill to make them easier to work with, get them up off the other guy's property. This is the other side of the tree. There was one there I cut off at the ground. That's about a foot across. And then these other ones, it was a lot of work. And fortunately they were all leaning, so none of them fell on the house. I notched all of them but one. You can see that one up there, and it did the old barber's chair. I was fortunate that I didn't damage something. That could have went anywhere. I just didn't have the way to get up there. I rented a lift, and I couldn't get on this side of the tree to notch it. So I made the cut from the other side because it was leaning the right direction, but it barber chaired on me. And it could have came back and crunched my fence or me or anything, who knows. Anyway, that 16-inch electric saw works really well. I guess I'm not going to show you how it works because I don't have a tripod, but you know what I will do is bring it out here, plug it in. At least you can see it run. I think I could do that right here real quick. Grab another one of my cords. I have a few cords around here. Let me set you down here for just a second. So, you know, it's electric saw. It doesn't have as much power as a gas saw, but if you keep the blades sharp, or the chains sharp, it works really well. And I don't think it's going to hit anything there. So, you can hear it running. It wraps up pretty good when it's working with the sharp chain, and I just got done sharpening it. It works really well. Now, there's an extra hole right here. I put that hole in there, and I made, get this out of the way. I made this little device here, and that hole is for this bolt, and I bolt the chainsaw to that, and this is made so it will slide on a 2x6. So I'm going to take some of these logs. Right now I'm looking for a bigger chainsaw because this one just doesn't quite have the power. But anyway, you bolt the chainsaw to there, and then you can pivot it I'll unplug that. So then you can pivot your chainsaw on that bolt. That's not really very good. There. So you can pivot it and get the chain, the blade and stuff down into a log. And you can take this, put it on a 2x6, slide it along. You put screws in it. I think I made another video on it, so you can search my channel for it. But anyway, you can make your own lumber. You can make 4x4s, 8x8s. You could make some 2x6s, whatever you want to make. If you have the logs and a chainsaw. Right now I'm on the search for at least a 50cc chainsaw so that I can cut some lumber, because I have a lot of logs out there that would be good for that. Maybe I'll take one of these shorter logs and see if I can't make a 4x4 or 6x6. I tried it on a really big, like a 24-inch log, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't have the power and it doesn't have the depth because it's only cutting like 15 inches. Anyway, guys, if you need a cheap chainsaw, you don't mind electric, I highly recommend the Win. Like I said, I paid less than $75 for it, and you can see I cut down a lot of trees. One of those trees I figured was 120 foot tall. Another one, I cut it down and walked it out. It was 80 feet long. So, and they had tons and tons of branches that I've cut off and hauled off to get recycled. So yeah, I give it 2 thumbs up. If you're out in the woods, unless you have a generator, you're probably not going to want an electric chainsaw. But if you're around your house, trimming small trees and stuff, works really good. Hey, thanks for watching. And if you want, you're welcome to like, share, subscribe. I don't get paid anything because I don't have enough subscribers or anything else, but I guess it all adds up eventually. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.